Or is this full-time MMA now?
I love full-time MMA right now.
Full-time MMA?
MMA,
Nothing
yeah.
else?
My life, man, yeah.
Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full-time
MMA.
You're taking everything I work for, motherfucker. Jon Jones is breaking the silence after Daniel Cormier moved up and became the champ, the light heavyweight and heavyweight champion, and took the Brock Lesnar fight Jon Jones was going for right before he got stripped of his light heavyweight title. You guys remember, man, right after Jon Jones knocked Daniel Cormier out at UFC 214, he had some words to say for Brock Lesnar in the cage. He said he called out Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar swiftly responded, if you recall, something to the effect of, be careful what you wish for. So Jon Jones, and he had talked about moving up to heavyweight in the past, but now he's literally watching his biggest rival take everything he worked for because he essentially couldn't get his shit together or pass the drug test. And he's responding now. You know, a lot of people are wondering what he had to say about Daniel Cormier's success. And one of the things he had to say before UFC 226, which actually comes into play now, is every win you get goes under my belt, goes under my resume. Now, is that true? No. It might be a little delusional, you know, from Jon Jones. Like, no, that's definitely not true. Daniel Cormier's beat Rumble Johnson. That doesn't mean you beat Rumble Johnson. Daniel Cormier knocked out Stipe Miocic. That does not mean you knocked out Stipe Miocic. It doesn't work that way, not in my mind. Because for one, we all know MMA math doesn't work like that. The fighters have different styles. You never know. Rumble Johnson might connect one time with Jon Jones in one of the fights if they were to fight twice, and it might be a whole different story. Now, of course, I would go with Jon Jones in the fight, but I'm just saying that's not quite how it is. I don't look at Jon Jones right now like he has a win over Stipe Miocic or like he's the heavyweight champion, and especially as a fan if you consider the drug test failure. Now, some people still feel like Jon Jones the GOAT, and so they're even more curious to see what he has to say about what Daniel Cormier did at UFC 226. And this is what Jon Jones said on Twitter after a fan said, "I feel like the whole fighting world is waiting for Jon Jones to break his silence, #UFC. Jon Jones responded, "Well, I hope the whole MMA community is having an awesome Monday. Know that God is love." So he seemed like he was on his peace, love, and positivity tip. But he continued to say, just keep in mind, life is a journey and not a race. If it's in God's will for me to still be here and healthy, please believe that there'll be many more fights to come. Let's not forget I'm still the youngest guy in the top 5 at heavyweight and light heavyweight. I'm not sure if that's the case. Curtis Blades might be younger than Jon Jones at this point. So yeah, I don't know if that's true, but either way, he's still pretty young compared to a lot of the heavyweights. That's a fact. You look at Fabricio Verdum, Alistair Overeem, Daniel Cormier, Stipe Miocic. Yeah, he's still young and got time. But with that being said, it's easy to say from the sideline, you know, and as a fan, it's hard to believe at this point, right? I mean, we've all had hope in Jon Jones multiple times, and he's let us down multiple times. And you know the saying, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you, fool me 3 times, load the chopper, make it rain on you. And real quick, full-time family, before you forget, make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying this video, and also if you're new, hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. And if you want to see more videos like this, just check out the video description, the Full-Time MMA Dojo over here at patreon.com/fulltimemma, and you can see a lot of other cool things, including the goals of this channel, which is something new, so make sure you go check that out. And with that being said, enjoy the rest of the video. So I'm not falling for it again, John. You know what I'm saying? Not until I see you come back and do it with USADA, beat Daniel Cormier again, then we can talk about all of this nonsense. But still, with that being said, it is what it is. DC's in there, and he's the one that's going to get these opportunities. And you can say it's because Jon Jones fucked up. But with that being said, think about that. You're Jon Jones, and this is a guy that you beat twice. Now he's literally making history. Heavyweight and light heavyweight champion. But you feel like that's your belt. So Jon Jones, you know he ain't feeling none of this shit in my mind. Jon Jones ain't... You remember how pissed off Nate Diaz was that Conor McGregor was taking everything he worked for? This is that on a higher level. John Jones was already the champion on his way to becoming the motherfucking champ. Already plotting on the Brock Lesnar fight. DC's got it. Gotta be burning on the inside. Maybe that'll make him, get right. Maybe that'll make can't get right. We'll see what happens, man. But when John Jones, we should hear something about his hearing coming up by the end of the month. I'll keep you guys updated, and hopefully he can get his stuff together. With that being said, man, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And before we go, shout out to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you hit the bell right next to it so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And this is the hardest working MMA channel on YouTube. We provide daily updates, predictions, betting advice. We do songs. We do fantasy fights. We've interviewed Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, Bruce Lachmedio, and Felony Charles Bennett, all in just 1 year as an MMA channel. We're one of the fastest growing MMA channels on the net, but we're still small, so make sure you guys go check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo if you want to learn how you can become a full-time MMA black belt. And while you're there, you can see where this MMA channel started from, some of the goals we have for the channel, and even more cool videos just like this one if you enjoyed it. So thanks again to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button. And also, if you're just lurking and this is your first time seeing a video, appreciate that as well. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOJ.